welcome. This lesson is video lesson for 3.1. You can see it's a rather short lesson and it's a little more exploratory where you get to play around and have some fun in the sim. But we do have two tasks, part one and part two, that we need to complete. Just a reminder, your key concepts are here. It's always a good idea to review those before starting the lesson. So you're just going to click this little login, and that should take you, well, you'll probably end up on this page, but you're going to want to go to your warm-up for part one. This is a funny question to me because I think most of us can answer this in under 7 minutes, but here's the deal. This is just to get our brains going in the right direction. You've got your warm-up question. You've got this picture here. It says, the snow fell during the night and is now starting to melt. So the question is, why do you think this snow is melting during the day? And in particular, what does energy have to do with melting ice? So I think we can pretty confidently answer that one. Go ahead and pause the video, answer it, and then let's move on to part two together. All right, friends, so we are going to move on to part two. First things first. So energy is the ability to do work, to make things move or change. Temperature is a measure of how hot or cold something is. So there's some of our vocab for today. And if we go to part two, it does say talk with your partner as you explore. You're going to have to just talk to yourselves or your cat or whoever else is there. But really, it's time to play, and I'm going to show you a couple of things about the sim once we get in there. So let's see. There's our sim. And I've paused it. It's paused right now. This is normally what it would look like. So this is a simulation of the Earth's atmosphere, and we have energy coming in and leaving. So you can see some of our metrics up here at the top. We've got our average global temperature, and then we've also got our energy entering the system since we've started the sim, and the energy exiting the system. Now over here on the right, you've got several different gases that are in our atmosphere, and you can dial those up or down, and you can see the effect, how it changes. The other thing is, let's say you want to really focus maybe on carbon dioxide. Not only can you crank up the carbon dioxide or turn it way down, you can also make it so it's visible. So when you click the little eye over here on the right, you're going to start to see those different particles in the air. But if we just have carbon dioxide turned on, well, we won't see it because I'm at 0, but let's make it big. So we can see the carbon dioxide, we can see the energy being absorbed and reflected off of these different particles. So have fun, play around with this. Couple of things I want to show you. You can pause it up in the upper right corner here. You can speed it up if you wanted to. Wow, super fast, kind of crazy, too hard to watch. Notice though, as I cranked up the carbon dioxide to about another 100 parts higher than what it is now, we are slowly seeing a temperature increase over here. Now another thing I want to show you, let me pause this, is actually, let's turn it all back to where it was. I think that was at 200. He's all out like 200. I don't know. And let's turn this back to our regular speed. Another panel I want to show you is we can see our temperature is going back down now. Notice the ice down here is coming back. And you can actually measure that and see some data from that. So as we've been running this sim here in the video, you can see we have these three measurements that are being graphed for us. So we can see our temperature, how it's changed as we've changed these metrics. We can see our surface ice, and it should be at about 40%. That's where the average is. But we can see if we crank up the carbon dioxide, let's say, and let's speed it up. Oh, see, our surface ice is very quickly going down. And of course, we can also see our the total energy absorbed. So we have energy that's being absorbed, and when it's reflected back out into the atmosphere, uh, we see the temperature going down. But when it's more of it's being absorbed because of the particles in the atmosphere, we see that temperature go right back up immediately. So friends, for your task for this one, you're going to just explore, play around with this. And once you're done playing, you're going to come back here and just follow these instructions. Reset the stem and take a screenshot. This will show how much ice you started with. And so you're going to upload. So one thing we can do is reset Earth mode with this little reset button. And there, now we're reset. So ideally, you would just take a screenshot of this photo of your screen here, upload it right here, and then take a screenshot after you've made some ice melt and upload it. So again, this is your start. Just crank up that carbon dioxide, play with the methane, the sulfur dioxide, and maybe even the nitrogen dioxide, and see if you can get this ice to melt. When you are all done, this is what your images should look like. So here's our image. You can see the ice down here. You don't have to take a screenshot of the graph I showed you. Just take a screenshot of your start, and then crank up the heat somehow by playing with those different gases, and then take a screenshot. It should look something like this. And then the last part, friends, is down at the bottom. You have these two questions that you're going to answer. How did the global average temperature change when you made the ice melt? Right? It's probably got hotter. And then, how did the energy absorbed by the surface change when you made the ice melt? Well, it was probably absorbing more ice, right? So when you're done with that, we are going to just look at this vocabulary word. To absorb means to take in. Push this hand in button. We're going to skip part 3, and you are done with the lesson. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.